All right, Hoyo apparently actually compensated us and then actually gave us a look at the next planet. So, for one, yeah, we already kind of suspected this one. Like, okay, if you have yeah, let's just okay, Sparkle, Silverwolf, Blade, they're all getting new paths essentially. Or I guess new some new kits. By that I mean just like a new character, kind of like Don Hung. Don Hung is uh PT and Imbiter Lune or IL. That's what it was. IL. So IL, IT, his regular self. He has three of them. March, you could technically count Evernight, but I don't really consider it. You have Hunt March, and then you have just Base March or Preservation March. I don't know who this is. I don't know who that is. No idea. So let's just go over it on this because this is probably the best place to look at it from. So we apologize for the poor experience and inconvenience caused by the extension of 3.8. The will issue 1,000 stellar jade and 10 fuel. Now I don't know about you, but I personally believe that only 1,000 jade is a little underwhelming. Let's just go ahead and let's already just say that. So that's about six one fourth of pole, if I believe, if I did my math right. 960, 40, yeah, okay, yeah. So 6.5 poles and 10 fuel. Now I don't know about you, but if you consistently log in every day and just let it autoplay, you will never ever need fuel. I have never had to use fuel at all for the entirety of 3.0. Never. So I believe that giving us fuel is a joke. Giving us more stellar jade would have been better. And by that, just add 600. Just give us a 10 pull. That's my opinion. Or a pull for each day that it got extended. 2 weeks, so 14 pulls. I feel like that's fair. So, we have a new planet that they did not announce. Planar Cardia. So, now, I don't know about you, but I think overall this isn't going to be a good planet. Now don't get me wrong. That could be I could be completely wrong and they suddenly get like a bunch of writers, they make it good within this allotted time that they've given themselves. Okay, sure. Maybe. But personally, I hope this is a actual planet. I know that the thing that they were working on was Japanese themed, and now they've had to scrap that. So and the planet, like you could hear about it on the you could hear it in the car. The like the news thing. You would listen to it for about I don't know 7 minutes in or something. I don't remember. And they would talk about it started with a B, I think, or something. I don't remember, but it was a planet more like Penacony, where you could basically make drawings come to life. So I'm more curious on what this is. So let's just read. Planar Cardia. Cadia? I don't know. Their destruction compelled the cosmos to unite again. Now everyone looks towards the other eons involved. The Express once crashed and departed from Plancardia. There, Aha graced the pursuers of elation with a reward. Join their game. Okay, I kind of wish that this wasn't cut off like that. I don't know. That's just a website issue though. Their game. I was like, DER game. Okay, but it's just their game. Okay, and become an Eon for a minute. Okay, so they already have. I'm gonna just say repurpose some assets, and okay, so this. Oh, so they probably they made the planet look a little different or something, or they just changed up the theme. But how would you change the theme of an entire thing so quickly? Also, who is this meant to be? Why do you have a giant express pom pom? Like, no one even knows who pom pom is. I see a lot of people complaining and saying that, oh wow, Hoyo's fault. It's not. It isn't their fault. It's just that they also should just. It really doesn't make sense. I understand that it, but again, they always preference that this is a game that is it's entirely not based on real life events. And yet then now a real life event happens and then it now all of a sudden is and it affects this. It personally I don't really care for I'm like, okay, that's a bit stupid on your part. Yeah, only not even a 10 pull though. I agree with this instantly. Um Now I would have rathered instead of a delay compensation, I would have rathered them making a whole new event. And I don't know, just make a make something for us to do in that time. Because again, when we talk about this, we are going to have 3.8 for an entire 2 months. We are not like, okay, right now, 2 months. It would be February before we get this stuff. February. And that's my issue here. Is that February. There's a lot of, and honestly, I think Amphorius has tons of problems. Uh, and it needs addressing more than a new planet. I'm looking at these characters and I'm just not caring. The game is in a horrible state. The let's just go over. The game is in a horrible state. It just went through one of the worst events. It is event dry. We are talking event dryness, and 3.8 is only going to make that worse. We are getting less and less like outside voice content, while Genshin is all of a sudden now getting all these voice things. You have all these different things, and they're actively working and fixing problems and addressing older lore, while Star Rail is just not doing that. Let me check something. So you haven't even shown off 4.0 characters. Then you have to talk about the new. Then you also now have to. You still are developing a new path. Apparently, I because we're going to elation, which I don't know how that work, and I'm not saying this because of leaks. I'm saying this because they actively had a elation themed event with characters with uniquer abilities in 3.7. They've already had some of these things prepared in 3.7 and an idea of maybe what a elation uh, sparkle or elation silverwolf something would be like, or like a new path version. But then again, that could have also been for currency wars. But again, the things that were shown off in currency wars do not match what we got. Like Fei Shao, for example. Fei Shao did not get these, like the ability to have so many hits while also being AoE. Um, so you also have that, and then so now you're potentially adding more in, and that's only gonna upset the power creep even more. A lot of older units definitely are just unusable. Sela is a great example. She is the first unit in the entire game, or like the first limited unit, and she is completely and utterly unplayable. I understand that you could maybe get to that 10th thing, it, but still, it isn't. It just doesn't work as well anymore. Considering now trash mobs. Let's look at also the state of currency wars. Currency wars. If you are a wealth creator and you want to get to 20, it is a hell trip. It is a trip on hell on hell. It is terrible. I can't emphasis this enough that it is just horrible. So, what do I personally think? Um, I just went on a whole little tangent, and I okay. So the state of the game is horrid. Currency Wars is a nightmare mode where trash mobs are stronger than boss mobs and actively are more annoying because they actively have abilities that are overpowered if but they're meant to be trash mobs, and that's an issue. You don't even get, like, sometimes you don't even get to play the mode, like you actually won't get a turn, and that's annoying. And that's just, it's not that it's annoying, it's that it's just boring. Oh yeah, they're sorry, they have so much speed that they outright just kill you, and you don't even get to play the game. Like, what's the point? Let's see what else. Yeah, no, I'm not a. Now, we have gotten. Basically, this is the only looks we have at 3.8. Not 3.8, 4.0. And sure, we have 6 characters here. And we have Aha. We have this. And this. These are our only things. Why do we still have March's camera? Oh, March is there. Never mind. But I look at this and I don't care. I really look at this planet and I think this planet looks boring as hell. It's it really looks like they redesigned Bellabog in this. You have this face, which is just a reskin. Then you have Cocolia, I assume. And then you have, like, it tries to be Bellabog here, but I just don't care. This is a I personally don't care about fuel. Fuel is useless. Yeah. Um I think this is just gonna be a boring planet. That's my opinion. This doesn't hype me whatsoever. This is just poor marketing. It's not a video, it's not anything. That's my opinion. This looks mid as hell. And there's nothing else to say there. I think I would have rathered a filler patch over this.